What a year! 2024 was a whirlwind of adventure for our family. We traded in the ordinary for the extraordinary, packed our bags, and hit the road to explore some of the most epic places in the United States. From the mountains to the desert and lots of places in between, we chased the horizon and embraced the freedom of the open road. And the best part? We shared it all with amazing friends who share our passion for overlanding and made memories that will last a lifetime. Hey friends, thanks for joining us on another adventure, where each new day is the day we make. We kicked off 2024 at our cozy cabin nestled in the Ozark Mountains of Arkansas. Winter decided to overstay its welcome a bit, blanketing everything with a thick layer of snow. Don't look like much is going on in Jasper right now. I don't think he made it to the bottom of the mountain. Maybe. I don't see his car or anything. I don't think he made it. The drive down the mountain was a little dicey to say the least. Who doesn't love a little adrenaline rush to kick off the year? And honestly, the snow-covered scenery was absolutely breathtaking. On our way to the airport to fly to Florida to cat sit for a friend and house sit for a friend. And of course, a wonderful snowstorm comes right before all of that. In early February, we veered off the beaten path and meandered through the back roads of Kansas. We weren't about to take the interstate. Oh no, that's not how we roll. We were on a mission to volunteer with a veterans organization in Colorado, but we also wanted to savor the journey. And let me tell you, Kansas actually surprised us. We traded our preconceived notions of endless flatlands for rolling hills, vibrant sunsets, and little surprises around every corner. We had no idea that Kansas could be so captivating. It was a great reminder that adventure can be found anywhere if you just take the time to look. The rolling hills and expansive plains of Kansas provide a stunning backdrop to the rivers, creating a harmonious blend of natural beauty. Of course, no adventure is complete without a few unexpected hiccups, and Kansas definitely threw us a curveball. We found ourselves deeply entrenched in mud, miles from civilization, with no cell service. To make matters worse, we had forgotten our traction boards and there was nothing sturdy enough nearby to use as a winch point. Thankfully, after time, we were able to get unstuck and be on our way. Joe and I slept in my rig and tried out my new bed platform. Even though it was the middle of February and quite cold, we were very warm and cozy inside the rig. During the trip, the children helped us film and even found ways to sneak a little humor into the footage.
Well, I guess I'm stuck here now.
After volunteering in Colorado, we headed to New Mexico to do some exploring.
Nestled on the edge of the Lincoln National Forest in Lincoln County is the ghost town of White Oaks. As early as 1879, this town was already thriving, fueled by the extraction of gold and coal from the nearby Jicarilla Mountains.
Hi guys, we're here in the historic town of White Oaks for this amazing journey through New Mexico. We decided to come out this way and check this place out.
What sets this ghost town apart from most is the remarkable preservation of its buildings. It invites exploration, along with the abundance of artifacts left behind, offering a tangible connection to its past.
Yeah,
Got lots of stuff.
Fueled by mining, the population of White Oaks swelled to around 4,000 people by 1882. However, the town's continued prosperity hinged on a railroad passing through it. By the late 1890s, the Santa Fe Railroad and the El Paso Railroad and the Northeastern Railroad expressed interest in extending their tracks toward White Oaks. Unfortunately, local business interests refused to make the necessary concessions to entice the railroads to complete the proposed project. With the mines becoming exhausted by the late 1890s and no railroad to bolster the economy, the population began to dwindle, leaving White Oaks a shadow of its former self. Once the largest city in the state, White Oaks now stands as a mere ghost of its former glory. Yet a magnificent piece of history endures. Built in the late 1890s, the remarkably preserved four-room schoolhouse, showcasing Eastern architectural influences, remains a testament to the town's vibrant past and stands as the finest example of its kind left in New Mexico.
Over there is the boys' bathroom, and there's the girls'. Here's a little glimpse of the bathroom situation at the schoolhouse. Oh, look at those guys go. And here's the schoolhouse. Oh.
Blown open and looted in the 1920s.
This ravaged safe from the town's post office is a stark reminder of a daring heist where explosives were used to access its contents.
Wow.
It's hard to read. Wow. That's crazy. Oh, look at this old tricycle.
This four-room schoolhouse operated until 1947 and now serves as a museum.
So if you guys ever find yourself here in White Oaks, the museum hours are Saturdays and Sundays, so unfortunately we're going to miss that. But we'll go ahead and show you this information here. Has all the contact information to make an appointment. And also there's additional for schoolhouse museum tours. Call
Susan.
Susan.
We're calling you, Susan. A registered state historic site.
Oh wow, there's the schoolroom.
I wonder if I can get through the screen.
Here's the schoolroom.
Not.
You gotta get closer.
Yeah. It's the darn screen.
While we were disappointed that we weren't able to look inside of the schoolhouse, it's truly remarkable that this unique piece of history still stands. It serves as a reminder of White Oaks' past and continues to educate and inspire visitors to this day. White Oaks even boasts ties to Billy the Kid and other Old West figures like Pat Garrett, Dave Rudenbog, and a Shotgun John Collins. Billy and his gang would often sell stolen livestock at the West and Diedrich Livery Stable, which also served as a safe haven for them. Most notably, in November 1880, a posse from White Oaks pursued Billy the Kid for over 40 miles, culminating in a tense standoff where Deputy Sheriff Jim Carlisle was killed. We were in luck. A local resident of the iconic No Scum Allowed saloon happened upon us during our visit. Not only did she graciously open the bar for us to explore, but she also shared captivating stories and insights from a true local's perspective.
That mountain, and as you can see right there, where those two little hills meet. See the end? It looks like an anthill, giant anthill. Those are the tailings from the north and the south Homestake Mine. And if you follow a road a little bit further on the opposite side of the road is the Old Aid Mine, which looks like a big cistern, and at one time was the deepest mine in the world.
Oh, wow.
As deep as the Empire State Building was tall. And in the late 1890s, they had a fire and 8 miners died. And it took them a long time to, well, in our time, a long time to extract the bodies, and they laid the bodies out behind the ground building for identification. And then they buried that mine with all the artifacts and everything, and then the company came back and went down again right next to that.
Wow.
All kinds of
fascinating.
amazing stories in this little place, which you really wouldn't know it, I think, when you first drive through.
In 1880, this building served as an attorney's office and later a print shop, before its transformation into the renowned No Scum Allowed saloon.
Our goals on this journey in New Mexico was to find some historical places.
It's amazing how many places we saw this time that we haven't seen the times before that we've come to New Mexico. Every time we come, we find something new and amazing to see.
So we spoke to the owner of the No Scum Allowed bar. We just happened to catch her. She told us about an old schoolhouse down the forest road that you run into leaving the town of White Oaks, and behind that school, which is the original one, is another schoolhouse which is newer, but that one dates to the 1850s, so if that's new.
Right.
And so we're just now entering the national forest, and we're on our way to find the schoolhouses.
That is at the ghost town, or the old town site of Hickoria. And then there's another town site in this forest as well that we're going to try to find. And this is part of the original route that Billy the Kid took between Lincoln, New Mexico, which you can see in one of our previous episodes, and White Oaks, which is where he came. He came back and forth between the two towns quite a bit through this, what is now a National Forest road. Thank you so much, Karen. Shout out to her. She owns the No Scum Allowed bar. So if you ever happen to be in White Oaks, New Mexico, and you go to the bar, make sure you tell her we said hi. And I believe we just found it. And what's cool about this is she said that the original schoolhouse is up by the road, and then the newer schoolhouse that was built in the mid-1800s is a little bit further back into the woods. So we're going to try to find that and the old town that is also here, the old ghost town.
This is part of what still remains of the ghost town of Jicarilla. A once bustling community believed to have been inhabited between 1892 and 1942. Its silent ruins whisper tales of a bygone era.
Now we're going to go and search for the newer building, the newer schoolhouse, and the old foundations of the old ghost town back here.
We explored the area and discovered several spots littered with debris and cans, hinting at the possible locations of the other schoolhouse. We now set our sights on the site of the second town.
We're in the ghost town of Jicarilla, checking out some of the old buildings. This is in the National Forest.
About 12 miles north of White Oaks lies the ghost town of Jicarilla. Once a small mining community, around 200 people lived in rudimentary shacks. However, during the Great Depression in the early 1930s, this tiny village experienced unexpected growth. Destitute families seeking any means to support themselves migrated to Jicarilla in search of work. The population swelled to 300. One of the greatest joys of our overlanding adventures is stumbling upon fascinating places with unique histories. New Mexico, with its blend of stunning landscapes, rich history, and endless exploration opportunities, has truly captured our hearts.
Joe and Josh made their way to Arizona to meet up with Joe's dad, while Maddie and I headed back to Arkansas. The boys enjoyed some downtime at our off-grid cabin on our 40-acre homestead. They were there only a few days when a late snowstorm rolled in. After about a week, they picked up Joe's dad at the airport and started exploring Arizona.
Used to be wagons, barns. Border products.
I just ran out of toilet paper. I had take us about 3 hours to get done with everybody, just because this group's so large. I think it took us like 2 the other day, but like I said, with this being this many people,
You get the slinky thing going.
I expect about 3. We're gonna hit Car Wash Falls Road. My ideal goal
It
was
should
to
be
hit
running.
Hawk Creek tonight. I don't know that we're gonna make Hawk Creek tonight, so we're gonna find the first spot that everybody's gonna fit into.
Yeah.
We're gonna shut it down.
Back in Arkansas, Arla and I teamed up with Jesse of Feral Chick Outdoors and took a group of women on a weekend camping trip. Yeah, girl!
Throw a bigger one. Gotta be the big spot.
Hold on. I got you, Patty. Patty. Just don't hit Patrick. Good boy. He's like, where'd it go? Patrick! Got full on reflection. I saw that rear tire bounce.
Pretty cool place, isn't it, bud?
Yeah.
This has to be one of the coolest places that I've ever seen. I mean, the features are so unique, and there's so many unique features, like just how that's ever so balancing there is incredible. Yeah, and this guy. Hey, check this guy out. I mean, it's so crazy. There's like layers within layers, and this is all just sand. That's like concrete until it probably gets wet, and then it's just liquefies. So Josh has a theory on this.
You cannot convince me otherwise that this isn't an ancient gnome village. They live in this
I mean, it definitely seems like something out of Alice in Wonderland. You know?
Got the chocolate mushrooms.
Yeah, it's crazy. So here we are at the what's known as the Three Wise Men. Behind me here, standing tall and looking majestic and wise. What do you think? Are they wise?
They could be.
They could
I
be.
mean, ancient gnomes used to live here. Who knows what they knew?
That's right. Very cool. Some striking balls out here.
The ancient gnomes used to play tennis and basketball.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty sweet. So here's a gigantic boulder in the process of being suspended by the sand. Just hasn't gotten there yet, but incredible. This is the petrified wood turtle. And we've seen a lot of petrified wood along this route, but I've never come across a piece of petrified wood that big. I mean, that's incredible. So here you have it, the petrified wood turtle. Go over there just so we can get a scale. I mean, this is like pretty much the entire tree. Very cool.
Joe and Josh made their way back to Arkansas near the end of April, and Joe and I headed out for an adults weekend camping with our friends Kai and Lisa from Wandering Buffalo Adventures. We found a great campsite overlooking the valleys and enjoyed a beautiful sunrise and the calm fog as it rolled in.
Hey guys, we're here enjoying this beautiful morning. Yesterday we spent the day going around some gravel roads. We went down to the Ozarks Cafe, and fed ourselves on some pie and some burgers, and then we wound up here at this gorgeous camp. So right now, as you know, it's time for coffee, so we're making coffee and then we're gonna finish enjoying this.
The border, mama.
In May, Joe headed off to Portugal for a solo backpacking trip along the Fisherman's Trail.
Oh, it looks like we're coming up maybe to a road. I hope this sand has been brutal.
The Fisherman's Trail runs along the rugged coastline of Portugal, and Joe hiked over 100 miles along its path.
Oh guys, it's just after 11. Made pretty good time. The fog this morning has burned off, but we're just about to, which is just over there. So I think I'm just going to take a little break here in the shade before we head in.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Right after Joe returned from his trip, we celebrated birthdays in South Florida with family. In June, we held our first Veterans Meetup for Warriors in the Wild, the nonprofit that Joe and I started with our friend Jared.
This is our very first event.
We arranged for 6 veterans and their spouses to have off-road recovery training with Switchback Outdoor Safety.
That's my husband Joe. He's a 20-year Coast Guard veteran. I did 20 years in the Coast Guard as well, and I'm going to let each of you tell me how long you were in the service and what service branch you were in.
I did 10 years.
Well, we have math for it, so yes, we can.
Okay.
We do not want to be doing this.